are you calling him a man? Because the trophozoite has 2 nuclei. Also, this man has old man hai na, so he's having less hair. But how many flagella? 4 pairs of flagella. After that, we are calling him the grand old man, or grand old Dadaji. So he's gonna occur in the duodenum. Then what do we have next? Giardia lamblia. So he's girta hua man. He's falling leaf motility, and lamblia is a luminal organism. The full story has come into place, because now forget the man, and now we're going to start with the fashionable auntie whom we call as the Trichomonas vaginalis. Of course, the name is only telling me Trichomonas vaginalis. So vagina tells me that it is to do with sexually transmitted diseases and also non-gonococcal urethritis. It is to do with STDs and non-gonococcal urethritis. So what is going to be the habitat, guys? Of course, it is going to be one of the genitals only. So that could be the urethra, the vagina, the prostate. So it occurs in both males and females. Although you call it Trichomonas vaginalis, it occurs in both males and females. You treat also both the partners. In the end, I will tell you the treatment is also of both the partners. So urethra, vagina, prostate, dono genders mein hoga. And of course, the mode of transmission, I've told you, it's a sexually transmitted disease. Now, who is the reservoir? Females. Vaginalis name was given, na? When vaginalis name was given, this means that females are the reservoirs. Infective state. So vaginalis से I understood कि females में reservoir ज़्यादा है. Trichomonas से I will understand that whether they ask me the infective stage, how did a person get an infection, or how will the microbiologist do the diagnosis. Whatever will be asked, I will always mark trophozoite, because this has trophozoite only. The cyst form does not exist. So please remember, when I say Trichomonas, trophozoite only, and vaginalis tells me that a females में reservoir है. ठीक है? So now you've understood why I was calling it auntie, fashionable auntie. So now let me start with the story one by one. So please remember, this is an incubation period of starting from somewhere between less than 1 week to almost 1 month, 4 to 28 days. And it infects both males and females. So males में क्या होगा? Urethritis, bladder involvement, prostate involvement. Male का genital organ सोचना. And females का genital organ, मतलब you're thinking of the very famous, now comes the fashionable auntie. The fashionable auntie loves strawberries, exotic fruit. So strawberry cervix is what you will see. I think we all know that it is also known as colpitis macularis. When you go to your gynecology, you will study. So that is going to be strawberry cervix. And what is strawberry cervix? You'll say, ma'am, there are these red dots. So that is why, you know, some gynecologists say कि जो red dots है, this is also looking like an angry cervix, because red color is for anger, na? So it is going to be the angry looking cervix that you have. Now, do you see on top of the cervix, what is that green color leaf? Every strawberry on the top has that green color leaf, na? So that is how I've learnt it. The strawberry will remind me of the strawberry cervix, and the green color on top is gonna remind me what is the color of the discharge that these patients come with. There is a greenish discharge that the female is going to complain of. So strawberry ka to mnemonic ho gaya. Strawberry cervix hai, and green color se I have studied that there is going to be a greenish discharge. Easy. Now let's go to the rest of the diagnosis. Now let's pick it up. What is the sample that you will take? You will say, ma'am, what a joke. If the patient is coming to me with a discharge, I will of course take the discharge ka sample. That is why, guys, you must have seen gynecology mein pap smear we do from the cervix, because of course the discharge is there. So I do a pap smear. What will I see microscopically? Are you going to see trophozoite and cyst? No. This is only and only trophozoite. There is only one form that I have to see. And now comes the story of why she a fashionable auntie. So look at her hairstyle. Hairstyle dekho, she has one long ponytail and she has this fringe cut. So that is what I'm going to show you in the trophozoite of this fashionable auntie, that is Trichomonas vaginalis. This auntie, because fringe cut means the hair are coming up till here, so eyes to chup jayega. So how many nucleus? Only one nucleus is gonna have. Is gonna have only one nucleus. Point number 1, single nucleus. After that, I told you, na, fringe cut. 1, 2, 3, 4. She has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 anterior flagella, 4 hair coming in front, and she has one long ponytail going at the back. So this means there is one posterior flagella, and that flagella has not gone straight. See, her ponytail has not gone straight. It has gone as a wavy ban ke. Matlab, that's an undulating membrane. There's one posterior flagella with an undulating with an undulating membrane. So repeating, why did I call her fashionable? Because she has 4 hair in the front, 4 anterior flagella, 1 ponytail going all the way back, so 1 posterior flagella with undulating membrane, and because fringe cut say eyes get covered, so she has only 1 nucleus. Easy way to analyze, and this is what you'll see on a pap smear. You can very well see this is also pear shape. Giardia was also pear shaped, but you know Giardia was an old man with two eyes. Giardia ka jo pear shape tha was a man with two eyes. This is fashionable auntie. Her eyes have been covered by her fringe cut hair, so she has only 1 nucleus. Giardia had 2 nuclei. I'll write down all these comparisons in a while. Okay, so you can see the same pear shape organism, and of course there is going to be 1 nucleus with 4 anterior flagella and 1 long posterior flagella. Coming back, what is going to be the motility? So see, so many things you've done. Abhi you've done the strawberry ka thing, you've done her hairstyle also. The story is not over. What is the motility? So T for T, it shows you mostly, lots of names are used, wobbling, rotatory, jerky, but twitching word is very famous. So it shows you T for T. Trichomonas tends to show you twitching motility, very important. What is the culture media? What all can you see? What is left in her fashionable story of she's fashionable? She's gonna have lots of makeup, fake eyelashes she will put. She will wear a lot of diamonds and all, hai na? So what is one media that I can put up in front of her? I can put up the diamond media. I can also put up something to do with the lashes, eyelashes, lash cysteine hydrolysate serum. I know it's tough to learn, but that's the best mnemonic that I could make. Then there are others like Trussell and Johnson, Feinberg, Whittington. If you can learn, if you are like a super brain, go for it. I know it's very difficult. So I've told you the most important to learn. I've told you there is something known as diamond media. I've told you there's something to do with her lashes, and that is your final story that we have for Trichomonas vaginalis. Quickly let me know. Firstly, strawberry cervix. The green color on top tells me greenish discharge. Then she has 4 anterior flagella which are hiding her eyes, so only 1 nucleus, 1 long posterior ponytail, so 1 posterior flagella. She's fond of diamonds, so diamond media. She's fond of lashes, so lash media. And Trichomonas has only T for T, that is going to be the trophozoite, and apart from that it has T for T, that is the twitching motility. On that note, quickly tell me that if I show you the treatment part, I told you this was present in both males and females. So the treatment that you will do with metronidazole has to be for both the partners. Very, very important. Metronidazole has to be given to both the partners. Now coming back and asking you the differences before we end. What are the differences that you studied for Giardia, Lamblia and Trichomonas? Tell me in terms of number 1, their motility. I know one is uncle, one is auntie, that is understood, but their motility is what? This was the falling leaf. Girta hua man. This was the falling leaf motility, and Trichomonas vaginalis was going to be the twitching motility that we have. Next, I asked you what was the site. So, of course, Trichomonas is to do with all the vagina, all the genitals and everything, strawberry cervix, whereas Girta hua man, grand old man was what? Dadaji. So, that was going to be there in the Dadaji means duodenum. Now, talking about the differences of their trophozoites, can you tell me the man could have 2 eyes? So, the man had 2 nuclei, but this auntie had eyes covered with fringe cut. So, she had only 1 nucleus. And what am I talking about in terms of flagella? The grand old man had 4 pairs of, 8 flagella, 4 pairs of beard, whereas this auntie has 4 anterior flagella, 1 long ponytail at the back, so she has total of 5. This is the most important difference that you're going to do between Giardia lamblia and Trichomonas vaginalis. I think we are ready for some MCQs to analyze if we've been able to learn the story of the uncle and auntie well. So starting with the first question over here. Which of the following is said to be true about Trichomonas? Sometimes you don't know all the answers and you have to figure it out. Tell me, does it have 5 flagella at the posterior end? Did it have 5 ponytails? No. It had 4 flagella in front and it had 1 long ponytail at the back. So this is false. They've told me to look out for the true statement. Cyst form is infective. Not at all. Trichomonas T for T. Hota hi nahi hai. There is no cyst form. False. Does it have a suckling disc for attachment? Suckling disc was there for attaching to the Dadaji duodenum. Suckling disc was there in Giardia lamblia. So this is also false. By default, the only option that I have is, does it survive well in hot and cold water? Yes. And this is your previous year question. This is the true statement. Because sometimes you don't know the exact answer, you rule out the other options and come to the right answer. Okay. Now, with that, we have finished this chapter of the flagellates. And of course, I'm going to add one word